Yo, what's up? This is Remote God coming to you with a new type of video, something I've never done before in my life, really. And this is going to be me sharing my musical goals. Now, I am a musician. I've been a musician for my whole life. I play multiple instruments. I probably should be better at them, but I do my best. And I feel like recently my life has sort of just begun. That sounds crazy to say because I'm actually 30 years old, coming up on 31. Like I said, I've been a musician my whole life. That means 20, 25 years of classical piano, playing rock and roll guitar, learning to sing, teaching myself to play acoustic guitar and harmonica a little bit, the synthesizer, electronic music, everything, music history. I mean, I've learned all this stuff, but what have I actually done with it? The truth is, I've gotten completely sidetracked into a life that I'm happy with, that I think is interesting and really one I can be proud of, but it's not a musical life. Music has become secondary, and not even that. Music has dropped off the radar until the last few months when I finally snapped back to who I'm like, more of like who I'm supposed to be. And that's a songwriter and a composer and someone who creates music. And because I've been doing this so much more and staying up late now, staying up sometimes till 4 and 5 in the morning creating music and loving it. I hate sleeping now. All I want to do is work towards this. But it's caused me to have to rethink all my goals because I've been an entrepreneur in totally different, unrelated field, completely different. It's one that I've really enjoyed, but it's not my true calling. I know that. I've accepted it. I've kind of been forced to confront that. So finally, I've reached this point in my life, though, where everything is finally aligning and working together to where I'm able to make music. I've got the resources. You can see behind me the keyboard right here. This I got in high school. It was like a Christmas present years and years ago. It was like the best thing I ever got, right? This synth right here, I was only able to get it very recently. This Moog Mother 32 analog, one of my favorite instruments in my entire life that I've come across. It's changed my life. But I didn't even get it until this year, 2017. And my studio, which I don't want to turn my camera right now. Another day we'll do a studio tour. I finally got a pair of decent monitors to listen to music, some, a mixing board that actually works, so I can finally get all my musical inputs and instruments plugged into my computer, and I'm finally there. I can do stuff now, and on my channel I'm starting to put original music. Nevertheless, I have not had to think about musical goals since I was a music major in college. So, by the way, I keep looking over to the side here. It's because I took a few notes. I didn't want to script this video too much, but it's the first time I've done something like this, so I have a few notes to help me hit the main points I wanted to tell you about. Anyway, the first musical goal I've got, number one, I want to make music that I love to listen to. I don't want to make music that I don't like. That would be the biggest failure I could imagine. Everything else I say in this video, the most important thing to me is making music that I love. And I'm happy to say I'm succeeding in that. If you check out the first two tracks I've put up on my channel that are original songs, the first one's called Lost in the Wind, and that was meant to be like kind of to get me back into my vibe. Really the first song I've written in a decade. Get me even just into a basic verse, chorus, bridge, pop song format. That wasn't perfect. I mean, it was a real challenge, and I took a few risks, especially with the vocals I did. But, the bridge wasn't too interesting either. It was, but parts of that song, actually, I really like them. Some parts, I really like them. And whenever they come on, I kind of want to dance, and that's what I'm going for. I want to make other people dance, and I want them to sing to my music the way I want to. But then my next song, the second song after that, is called Please Don't Come Home. And holy cow, that project blew up. It was supposed to be less than 3.5 minutes, and it ended up being slightly over 7 minutes. It's basically 2 songs in one. I was inspired by the Beatles, by, what's that track, A Day in the Life. And I wanted to do something like that, epic, where they have 2 songs together, and both are equally awesome. And so that was a very challenging project for me, and I love the way it turned out. You might not like that song, but I love it. So I dance along to it, so forth. The 3 metrics I have for making music that I think I love are that it be unique. The 3 metrics I have for making music that I love are that it's authentic, unique, and highest quality. So there's a little bit of wiggle room, but not a whole ton, right? Authentic means I truly feel it. Now, when you're a musician or when you're a listener even, you know when you're feeling the music. I mean, everyone knows when you feel it, and Bob Marley said when the music hits, you feel no pain. You know it, and it grabs you, and it's gripping, and you can't tear your attention away from how good it sounds, and it makes you just feel so good. And so my music that I write myself, it has to make me feel that way first and foremost. From there, it has to be polished into the highest quality. And so what that means to me is to constantly be patient and take my skills to the maximum level in that moment. And to learn as much as I can. When I'm editing a new song, I'll usually spend like a lot of time studying other people's videos on compression techniques and equalization and how to get this to sit there. And I'll be trying to solve specific problems that I'm facing in my own music, study a lot of other people who have done more experience and solved these same problems themselves. And I learn from that. And so you take all that, you try to make the highest quality product that you can make right there. And the third criteria was that it be unique. Well, the good thing is, what I sort of started to notice is that if I start off with authentic ideas and I do them to the highest quality that I currently can, the uniqueness usually sort of takes care of itself. I think if you write some songs, you'll find that you don't really have to worry about being unique as long as you're kind of going from the heart and you are making everything as to the best level you possibly can. So that's my first goal, and it's probably the most important one, and it's to make music that I want to listen to. Everything else that comes on this list just follows from that. Now, number 2. Now, this one's really exciting. Now, we're talking about real goals here, numerical goals. I want to see 50,000 people dancing like crazy to my music. Live performance, be up on stage, and just see 50,000 people or more just going nuts, loving the music they're listening to, and it's my music, that I've made it, and they are just having the time of their lives. They're going to tell their kids about being at this concert, man. They're going to say, I saw Remote God at this concert. It's probably going to have to be a big festival, right? I mean, where else do you get 50,000? I saw a picture, supposedly it's like Rammstein, playing to 100,000 people in like one of the biggest live concerts in Russia. But I saw that on Twitter, so you never know if that's real or not. 100,000 people is a lot. I don't even, 50,000 is more than I can imagine. But, well, it's just as much as I can imagine. I want to get 50,000 people in a live performance and have them love my music. So that's going to be a long way from now, very long way, but we'll work every day to get there. So now my third goal, I think, will sort of take care of itself if I can make the second one happen. And the third goal is to be able to live comfortably, financially, purely from my music. And the biggest benefit to this is then you can use all your energy on either making more creative projects and more music, or you can use it to relax. Because the lifestyle I'm living now, as awesome as as lucky as I am to be able to live this way, and I've worked really hard to get here, but I'm starting to find there's just no way to run my business, which is totally separate from the music, and then also have some time to relax and have a social life. It's so impossible, honestly. And anyway, so I've thought about ways to do this, and maybe now is not the video to make about how to make money from your music, but I want to give my music away for free, because that's the most likely way to get 50,000 people to hear it at a live concert. I don't want to hold it all to myself, and I don't think even making money from your music, your recordings, it barely even makes sense anymore. Everything gets pirated on YouTube, everything gets pirated on Pirate Bay or torrents. It just shared. I mean, what the heck? You just can record it on a cell phone. So I want to use my content and my music and my creativity to give you something awesome to be involved in. And then I think it's fair if I can earn a profit or some kind of income from, like, if you want to support me further, you can get a t-shirt, or you can, get the same synthesizer I'm using and maybe, use the link that I provide so I get some cash back from that through Amazon or whatever. There's so many ways. Again, I'm an entrepreneur, so I know there's all this opportunity. If you can if I can create this music and this creativity and this feel that people love the way I feel it, then whatever. I think, making money to support myself won't be that big a deal. And so there's two things I want to do there. One is have like income from online global, traffic and audience that can be coming in while I sleep, because it's great to have money coming in while you sleep. It certainly helps pay the bills, pay the rent. And then the really big opportunities can come from like the live shows and playing to a crowd of 50,000, 20,000, 100,000, or whatever, live opportunities. That's what I hear. That's where most big artists make their money these days anyway. And it makes sense, because if you sell 10,000 tickets, if you help the venue sell 20,000 tickets that are $50 each, You do the math. That's a lot of money, and you can have some part of that since you've created that opportunity and that experience for everybody. And I think that's fair. I think creators absolutely deserve to get rewarded for their work. And actually, I think in 2018, in this generation, it's totally true what we're hearing, that this is the best possible time to kind of have the goals that I'm setting here for my music or for your art or your poetry or your playwriting or your movie making. Now's the time to set these goals and just use the internet to make it happen. I believe that. So that's why I'm doing it. I wouldn't spend my evenings doing this if I didn't think there was a chance, some possibility here that you're watching this and other people like you and me are watching this and they're getting excited too. So I hope you are. Okay, so this would lead me to have a lot more energy for music and just generally, most of the things I want to do in life other than music don't really cost much money. I love to do long distance running. That doesn't cost much money. I love talking to friends and family. I love working on music, working on business. Well, the whole point of business is you create value and you create money. So, and then the last thing is I love to travel. I do like cars and motorcycles, but that's like a luxury, you know, and you can travel for cheap. And so that leads into the next topic, which is music goal number 4. And that is to have really cool opportunities. I didn't even think of this till just now, but through my entrepreneurship, which I'm not going to go in detail right now, but I had the opportunity to go to China twice, and I took it. I got put up in an awesome apartment penthouse on like the 23rd floor of a city in China, and you know, I had to work and I had to provide value to earn that trip, but the trip was awesome. It was so cool, and that had just kind of sparked this fire in me. It would be even cooler if that came from music, and I was getting, you know, the chance to fly around, maybe go to Japan and play a show to my fans in Japan, or like, you know, to go see other parts of the world, anywhere. I love travel, and my parents were both in the airline industry, and I've always gotten to travel a little bit, but you can never have enough travel. At least I can. So these kind of cool opportunities, they aren't necessarily financial. They could be collaborating on cool big projects that I never would have thought of on my own, music projects, film projects, and to meet new people. But something that I would really love to happen, I hope someone's watching from Moog, I would love to be like a Moog-sponsored musician, Moog-sponsored artist. I don't know why, it just gets me excited to have my hands on like new synthesizer gear. It doesn't have to be Moog, but you know, some beautiful instruments being given to me so that I can show them off to other people. I can show what they can do. I think I'm the perfect person to do that. So shameless plug, if you're like from a synthesizer company, a guitar, piano, keyboard company, get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do with your music making equipment. Okay, so that's opportunity number 4. And number 5, my goal number 5, okay, being very real here. I need to make music every day for the rest of my life. I need to make music every single day without a single missed day for the rest of my life. I'm 30, coming up on 31 years old. I'm pretty healthy as far as I know. My genetics aren't too bad. I fully expect to live at least till my mid-70s. I mean, that's more than twice as long as I currently am right now. That's a lot of years. And the way I know I need to do music every day and why I'm so excited about those years is actually this. If I don't do music, I start to have anxiety attacks. That's why I said this was going to be really real. Again, I'll probably make another video on this because this is a huge topic to me, a life-changing topic. But if I don't make music every day, I start to have like panic attacks when I'm trying to sleep. I get insomnia. I don't sleep very long. I just get panic attacks because I'm not working on the thing that makes me who I am. So I can't get much more real than that. Goal number 5 of these music goals is simply to make music every single day. Anything counts. I mean, even practicing piano, but the best thing of all is if I'm making original sounds, original music, original tracks, practicing with my hands, getting my hands dirty, hands-on experience, making new music. Practicing is good, but creating original music, that's what calms the anxiety for me and makes me feel like I'm moving forward towards my goals. And that's what helps me sleep at night. Okay, and the final goal, number 6, this video's turned out way longer than I expected it to, but it's been really fun. Hope it's enjoyable to watch it. Number 6, I want to leave music that people can listen to in 250 years. 250 years from now, I want them to be able to put on a pair of headphones or space headphones or whatever virtual reality sets we're using That'll be freaking awesome, by the way. But I want it to be that all they need is my music, a pair of great headphones, 45 minutes to themselves in a dark room, just to listen. And my inspiration here is Ludwig van Beethoven, the greatest composer, greatest musician. My vote for greatest artist, hands down, in history. That's a subject for another video too. But 250 years after his death, after he wrote his music, I'm still listening to it, and it changed my life. And that's what I want to. I want to create at least some music that's so high quality, so authentic, and just so valuable to the people listening to it that 2-3 centuries from now, somebody would put it on and it would just sound good right there and then. It doesn't matter the time, the place. You can listen into space. It's just going to be good music. Okay, so thanks for watching this. I hope this has given you some ideas for your own music goals. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like I said, it's my first video like this for my channel, talking to the camera. It was way more fun than I expected. I hope it's been fun for you to watch, and I hope some people watch it to the end. If you do, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked or tell me what you didn't like, and share your music goals with me, or if you're not into music, share your life goals with me. Just tell us all what's going on in your life, all right? This is Remote God signing off, and talk to you again in the next video.